Shalom, everyone. I hope that you're doing fantastic. Thanks for joining for just a reading for today. If you are new, welcome. If you're returning, welcome back, guys. I appreciate you all so much for being here. I heard in my spirit this morning, I lit some candles this morning, and it's actually scripture out of the Living Language, out of the book of Jeremiah. And if you are new, I'm spiritual. I'm not religious. Okay, I've broken free from any kind of religious mindset that just makes you, the controlling stuff and stuff like that. But I do still use living language. Is still alive today, and it works positive and negative for you to give it on what you're going to meditate on, and because it's still written in living language. Okay. But there's some things that they've used in the living language that has been twisted. And so then, therefore, if something's hitting you, it's hitting you for a reason, to either for your testing or for you to figure out if it's the truth or a lie or something like that, in which we've talked about extensively on this channel. But I'm not religious. I am very spiritual, though, and I take anything that has hit me and resonated with me for truth's sake in my journey that I'm on. And all that kind of stuff. So anyway, just in a nutshell, that's who I am, and this is what this channel is for us to come up higher and to learn together. But I heard in my spirit this morning the actual words that I was, lighting my candles in these little cups here, and it's the divine saying that, for I know the plans that I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you a hope and a future. And the divine is in the business of healing us, like I said, bringing us up higher, magnifying things that are so that you aren't duped, so that you can see them. Okay, his plans for us are for good and not for evil. He wants us to prosper. He says that my plans are for you to prosper and not to harm you. What's that mean then? Because the divine absolutely has a side that if we don't get upright on the side that he wants us to walk within, on that path, there are predestined things that will actually harm us, that actually he's created. So, say, well, God would never harm you. Well, no, but we do know about evilness in the earth because people have opened up that kind of stuff. So we really do need to listen to the divine of truth. Okay, the conscience itself. It gives us a hope and a future, because that's what the divine's delight is, to watch out for our soul. He loves us. It's something precious, okay, to him. And I just want to share that this morning because it really was hitting me. Actually, it was hitting me yesterday, and it was hitting me again this morning. I want to share, with you as well, because the divine is, some people are in situations they literally don't have a clue how to even get free from it. Okay, well, first of all, we're told that if we keep our mind stayed upon the Lord, okay, that he will keep us in perfect peace. For one thing, that's major, because peace, if we write in the English, which I've over and over spoke about on this channel, if you read the other direction, it says escape, and you really do escape by peace. If you're I did some readings, and I had a couple of readings that came up where somebody was literally just in terror and fear and fright and all that kind of stuff. Well, that stuff right there, let me just give you a little hint, that sets off a signal to your enemy that's actually in another dimension. We're not fighting against flesh and blood. We're fighting against principalities and powers of the air. Okay? Thoughts, words that are coming to your thoughts that you need to cast down so that you can escape, and keep your mind up on words like, well, divine, you said that you declare to me that you want to prosper me and you don't want to harm me, and you've got plans for me for a hope and a future. And those kind of words are comforting just in itself, to know that the divine don't lie. If you belong to him and you're a part of truth on the inside, you've absolutely even faced truth, even if something in the past wasn't truthful, but you've dealt with it. There's no condemnation there. Okay, if you're going to walk in truth, there ain't going to be no condemnation there. But if you haven't confessed it yet, or if you have confessed it to the divine, then he'll take care of you. He's got a plan for you to not harm you in that. He'll make a way where there seems to be no way. He'll make a crooked place straight for you. Okay, and every one of us has been there. Okay, and he's a deliverer. All right, but there is harm here if we don't listen to do it his way. Okay. So it is that there is harm here if you don't keep yourself in peace. You won't escape it. You're setting off a signal in that other realm if you don't get up and fight and not be afraid to fight for truth's sake. You're just setting off signals all over the place in the spirit to draw your look. Job wrote in the living language that his worst fear come upon him. If you're in fear about something, you better bank on it. It's going to happen to you then. Okay, because it's been written in the living language, and that language is alive, and it will it will live then that way. It'll spring something up, people. Okay, so if you got something that you know you've got to get out of, because if you don't, you're sitting there in fear, and it's going to go the other way for you. You will be harmed in it. You set yourself up for your own failure. You and I do that if we don't face the truth. Okay, because the divine says, "I got plans for you. I got hope for you. I got a future for you that's far beyond what we could ever ask or imagine or think." And that's beautiful. Doesn't that just give you hope just in hearing those words? Absolutely, it gives you peace to hear that kind of stuff. Keep your mind there today. If you don't know which way to go, then just sit still for a second. Okay, get yourself calmed down and just sit there. And the divine tells us that those who wait upon me will not be ashamed. You won't be ashamed in the end. It'll work out for you for good. For good. So that is for somebody, it's for all of us. Okay? Let's go ahead and see what our precious divine wants to bring out here. I just love you this morning. Lord, you're so precious to us. And thank you for guiding the way. Actually, it's written that the steps of a righteous man are ordered by the Lord. Okay? They're ordered. If you're upright and you've made things right on the inside, he's going to order your steps. You're going to find yourself walking in that. You're going to find yourself making yourself a straight path by way of his order. And your future looks bright. So we got the Hangman just popped out. This is looking at things from different points of views, from every single direction. Okay, this because there has been confusion. This energy can go back to confusion. This is prophecy taking place. Okay, this can go back to sacrifice. We know that. Okay, this is needing to release from the tree from backwards organization, because if you look at the Hangman, he's actually, his legs make a 4, and a 4 can go back to organization and leadership and stuff like that. Okay, we are talking about prophecy and a prophet, where that scripture is written from as well, and so it's just confirming then in that respect what I just said. There is deep wisdom here, because the Hangman's got his head lit up with knowledge. So the Hangman's coming out here. There's the sun. That's positive. Yes, being lit up. I'm just going to pull it out here because it overturns everything. We're talking about governments or leadership and things that have been backwards within organizations and things like that. And we've looked at things from really strange directions and walked in confusion. Also, generations of things that have taken place. Even within scripture, like I said, we've talked about it extensively on this channel. The sun comes out, overturns everything. It's a bright future, okay, for a new system, for social. In the Hebrew, that's what the sun card represents, right? It's a life-giving force, and people need life. Okay, there's been a lot of death and there's a lot of harm in all kinds of ways, energetically, physically, emotionally. Okay, but the divine can really heal. Okay, if it's written in the living language that there's nothing impossible, or nothing too difficult. I mean, he created the universe. Okay, we've got help all over the place. It's available to us. He says daily, I load you with benefits. People don't take their benefits, and peace is one of those benefits. Okay, and if nothing's too difficult, and he can come in just like that. This goes back to the heart. Actually, the divine says that he's the one that turns the heart of the king. You know, I don't care what it is you went through today, what you and I have went through in our life. The divine is in the business of saving people. And if nothing's too difficult and all things are possible, then how much is nothing and how much is all? Well, then all of it can be salvaged or saved, or even if you've lost something, the divine has a way of replacing things from things that have been taken away or whatever it is. You know, once you just release your own, well, I think it should be this way. And you just say, well, God, you know more than I do, because his ways are higher than ours. Okay, they're not like our ways. Okay, they do seem backwards to us in a lot of ways. But once we do have an understanding that his ways are higher than ours, and you just release your own control, because this can go back to really, a pride and conceit, and could be, that gets you in trouble. Okay, but if we learn to humble ourselves and say, just give it to you, divine, and then the sun comes out in a different way for us and overturns something and gives us a bright future, and it's positive energy then, and we grow from that place. The sun comes out, it makes things grow. Okay, getting out of stormy, watery confusion. There ain't no confusion when the sun comes out. We must look at things from different points of view, by way of the Spirit revealing it. So I love that the sun come out here. I'm just going to take something here from the Hebrew. What other messages do you want to say this morning, Divine? The mem. So really, we got death issues. We know that. We got family issues. We know that. We got children showing up here. This also goes back to mother energy as well, with the vibration that I'm just looking at. But there's also transformative energies here. Okay? Like I said, his plans are to prosper and not to harm. Okay? Obviously, we've got who, what, when, where, how, what, why. Energy's coming out with this mem. It's a flood of emotions. It's real liquidy. It goes back to the sea itself, where terror can be found. And people have gone through some terror. Okay? We've had some real sacrificial things that have taken place in a lot of different ways in people's lives that have been, confusing. But the divine brings sun out here to shine something right up in our face. There ain't no confusion when we settle down the storm. There is, I've said this before, that, we're also told that there is an angel in the sun. The sun represents to be able to see something. You're not in the dark when the sun comes out. You're not groping around in this darkness. We can see when the light, and it's morning time, right? So there's an eye in the middle of the storm. If it's storming, there's still peace can be found right in the middle of it. It can be transformed in a positive way. He doesn't want to harm. Even that maybe you've been somebody who used to harm somebody, but for whatever reason now you're turned around. You see things from different points of views. The sun's shining. Your heart looks different now. You've become brand new, but you're confused on how to fix something. Well, it's not your place to fix it now. How you do fix it on your part is like I just said. You need to connect and get in peace and do what he says to do. And sometimes people, hear things that the divine says to do, and if it's been confirmed to you, it maybe sound really off the wall, or what's other people going to say or whatever, but you absolutely know in your heart that the divine said to do that. If you don't do that, it's going to cost you in the end. It will harm you if you don't move on it, even if it does cause something because of other people's lack of understanding what's going on with you. The divine has a protection. Really, the divine will protect you. This energy can still go. The vibration here is still the 4, which would take us to the Emperor energy, which is protection. That goes back to the father figure of the universe. Okay, is what it represents, and the father figure of the universe knows what's going on, and he's got good plans for you and I. People are dealing with organizations and stuff like that. The Aleph is here, and that goes back to clans and stuff like that. But the divine is able to, again, deliver you. So we've got the Ewas coming out here, which looks like an M. Okay, it looks like a W as well, but it is an E. Okay, we got a me here, and that's real big right now as well. Me. Then go back to pride, and people are dealing with prideful things. But this is positive what's come out here. Okay, we always look at, we know both sides exist, and until you understand the negative that has allowed to exist, you ain't going to be able to fix it. Okay, you just sit in your pride. Actually, this is the 19th letter in the runes. This is the 19th card of the deck. It's also the 19th letter in the Hebraic language, the living language, the life force. So it's coming out here twice. It's positive. This goes back to friendship and loyalty and trust and devotion, marriage and promotion and increase. So it's an overturn for something very positive. I'm going to leave it there. I bless you all today. And so does the divine. He's wanting to give a new hope and a new future. It is a new day. We're also told that his mercies are new every morning. Here's the sun coming out today. I don't know when it is you're catching this, but we're talking about seasons of our life. And a lot of people have been mourning, as in crying. It's time to wipe your tears. It's time to let the past be the past. Close the door. The divine's showing I'm overturning something to close a door that nobody else can do but me, he says. Okay? And he's got plans. He declares it. We're also told that if you to declare a thing, it shall be established. And the divine's saying, I declare it. And when the divine says something, I just read out of the living language yesterday that stated that if he says something, will he not do it? Yes, he will do it. He will do it for you. He'll make the sun shine again, some way, shape, or form. He's got ways beyond you and I to figure out a thing. Quit trying to figure it out. Get out of this confusion. Quit trying to figure it out. Whatever you did, whatever they did, quit trying to figure it out. So just do this today and say, God, you just tell me what to do and I'm going to do it. And do it with confidence. Let's go back to confidence, because you heard from the Most High. Okay? Get up on your horse and be fresh and new. And we got a baby here on this horse. And it's just free. Okay? It's just free. It's happy. Okay? There's protection here. I see a wall here. And there's some people, the divine says, I will help you hop over a wall and go through a troop. At the same time, it says, and I'll protect you. Because you're inside of something here. Because my ways are so magnificent, he says. It's so bright. And you want to play again? He said, I want you to play. Because I got a hope for you. Your future looks bright, baby. It looks bright. Do that today to your enemy, which is in another dimension. And so, look, the word ShAhH came out in somebody's reading. Actually, I think it was a Pisces reading. That's the name of this channel that the divine had me rename. when he began to do a new thing on this channel with me. And it represents the shepherd's delight to watch for the devourer that he knows is watching you. He's just waiting for the devourer to make its move so he can destroy the devourer for you. My God, don't that just give you hope? Yes. Didn't it just release every anxiety within you? Yes. To me it does. I know it's hitting other people. I feel it. Okay? The divine knows how to unfurl every rope, every dark place of the soul, and to give you that hope. Okay? And it just keeps saying it over and over. I bless you all today. Shalom.